Now, being a part of the Reawakening too, at what point did you start popping out and people start like noticing you?
Shit. Really, like, I'd say about like a week after the episode premiered that I was in. Like a week after that, that's when I'm like, damn, this shit, motherfuckers watching this shit. Like they was noticing me that quick, like within a week. Then I was in school and everything when I was doing the Reawakening, so a lot of motherfuckers that was in school was watching the Reawakening too. So it really wasn't even a week. I'd say then at the same day when the episode dropped, motherfucker like, I just saw you like yesterday watching the show. I'm like, I did. Like,
How that make you feel, like popping out?
it felt good as hell, like just getting acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? Getting recognition and shit. You know,
Now I know it's different when a dude walk up to you and be like, man, I fuck with what you doing. You feel me? It's different when a chick walk up and you feel me. They like, hey man.
Most niggas don't approach me like that. I don't even let niggas really get close to me to approach me like. But they do though, you know. Sometimes like, but it's mainly the females. You know what I'm saying? That come up to me and be want to take pictures and shit. You know.
So what is that like, man, when you got random people? Because we all grew up in Chicago. Like you said, you from Inglewood, bro. Mm-hmm. So I know for me, it's difficult for me to allow somebody that I don't know just to walk up in my personal space and not feel some type of way about it, bro.
I mean, in the beginning, it was kind of rough. Like, I was a little, I ain't gonna say I was scared, but I was a little frantic. Like, you know, you can't, you know, I liked the attention, but I didn't like it. But now it's to the point where I'm used to that shit now, bro. Like, I don't mind it.
Now, at what point did you shift from acting to like the comedy?
I'm gonna say like probably a year or two later after the season from the Reawakening I was on the Reawakening Misty story. So like 2 years or a year later after that, that's when I started doing comedy because he wasn't active no more after that. All like right. He stopped that shit. Like when he ain't did no more seasons and none of that shit. Like so. I'm like, I got to keep my shit going, like, or keep my little fan base going that I got. I can't just sit around and wait till he put out something to get, you know what I'm saying, known again. So I'm like, I'm finna make my own little platform with comedy and shit and just went from there.
How would you say had your comedy been, like, accepted? Like, because I know you got the followers, bro. So is your comedy being seen as in a light bigger than your acting?
I'm gonna say no because in the acting on the Reawakening, them episodes I was in, them bitches was in the millions. You know what I'm saying? The skits that I'm doing, them bitches probably hit about the most one of my skits ever did was 1.4 million. But the Reawakening hit way more than that. So I'm gonna say the acting, you know what I'm saying, outweighed the skits wise, but it's still good. Like you know what I'm saying to have 1.5 million views on the skit. You know what I'm saying, but the Reawakening was definitely, you know, more noticeable than the skits.
How do you come up with your comedy skits? Is it like based off shit you done been through in real life or some shit you see, you feel?
Some of them is, but not all of them. Some of the shit I just be thinking about goofy shit, and I write it in my notes so I won't forget it. And then I tell my people's name, and then I don't like write notes and none of that shit. Like you got to say this, you got to say that. I write the topic of the whole thing, and then we just go from there.
Yeah,
like, we improvise and shit, and that shit come out right.
I know probably like, I want to say like 2011, you feel me? Before all this shit was like popular. Like me and my homies, we used to just sit on the block, sit on the porch and just tweak. And we came with the idea like, bro, we should record this shit, but we never did it. You know what I'm saying? Like right. I say, this was before all this wave. So I could just imagine if bro them really just started tweaking on the internet, that shit would have been crazy, bro. Because nowadays you could just, like you say, your biggest skit on your own, you got like 1.4, bro. You can literally post something on the internet tomorrow and wake up like you a real life celebrity out here.
And I didn't even expect that video that hit 1.4 million to hit that. Like I did a lot of skits that never hit that before. I thought it was just gonna do like probably 10, 20,000 like how usually my shit do, but that bitch hit 1.4. I say damn.
Do you still want to get back into the acting?
Of course, I'm acting. I'm in movies, local movies. I ain't no in the theater movies, but I'm still working though, you know. So yeah, I got a little upcoming projects. I'm in movies. I'm supposed to be in shows. So I'm still acting. I'm just not. I mean, I'll do the Reawakening, but I'm not doing it at the moment. Type shit.
Is it anything you can speak on that you in currently?
Yeah, I got this movie called Script. I'm in. That's supposed to be releasing. He said this year, but I ain't gonna hype everybody up and say it dropped this year. But that's what he said. We've been shooting that shit for a couple of years, a movie. But it take that if you want the shit to be right. You know?
Yeah.
So. It's a movie called Stripped, and then I'm supposed to be in a couple shows, but I ain't gonna say the names because we ain't talk about too much of the paperwork yet. So
yeah, I know it. It's not easy to be an actor, bro. It's not easy. Like people think
I mean, for me, it got easy.
It's natural for you now.
Yeah, it's natural for me now. Definitely natural.
Do you ever find yourself like having to get into a character, or like you say, it's just this shit easy?
I mean, it's a lot of shit I can do and a lot of shit I can't do. Like, far as like, I can't do the shit that Martin used to do, like when he used to be dressing up as females and shit like that.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I ain't got nothing wrong with people doing that. You do your thing. I'm not, what they call that word?
Man, you said it already. Don't do that shit.
Right, I ain't even gonna say it. I ain't trying to be the baby around here, but I ain't got no problem against the gays and nothing. But you won't catch me in no wig or no anything girly. Like, no. The most you might see me do is make a girl voice, like, in the background type shit. Like, I did that before in my skits, like, acted like a girl was in the background talking, but you would never see me, like, dress up, lipstick. Like
a wig and shit.
Never see it on me.